So this morning I had an epiphany as to why most case studies aren't very good, why they're not getting read or watched. It had to do with the movie Thor, and luckily it's something you can change really quick to get your success stories out there and prove to your readers that your stuff will work for them specifically so you can close more sales. So this morning as I was laying in bed, I was thinking of this case study interview I'm doing later for this client, and how the first few minutes is probably just going to be kind of like, oh yes, tell me about yourself, what's your situation, like stuff to, yeah, provide background, but also just get the person comfortable. And then I realized that there's something inherently bad with the way people get case studies, because I'm going to do this, and the first couple minutes of the case study, as a result, is going to be very boring. And I know this, and that's why we're not going to present the case study in just the like, oh, start at the beginning and go to the end fashion. Instead, I'm going to do more like what I saw when I was watching Thor last night. I've been on this nerdy superhero movie kick lately. So I was watching Thor, and that movie, it doesn't start at the beginning. It starts at a point where 3 people are driving into a tornado and then hit somebody. Like, super interesting, compelling stuff, right? Like, there's a lot of tension and drama going on. And that's what you want to do with your case studies. So many people, they have, okay, you've got your 20-minute video of someone telling their story, and they lead into it by saying, oh, here's a story of someone who went from nothing to rich. And it's like, okay, great. 1 million people are giving that headline, sharing that story. It's boring. They've heard it before. It doesn't really connect. So what you want to do is go through those case studies and find the real problem, the real pain that's going to connect with where your reader is, the thing that's going to be super interesting and like, oh my God, I have to see more of that. Or just like, oh my God, this is totally me. So for an example, I did this with another client. He's like, I've got this 40-minute video. It's amazing, but all the good stuff isn't said until like 20 minutes in, which is pretty normal. So my job was to go through it, find the interesting stuff, bring that front and center, and then that would drive people into reading the entire, watching the entire video or reading the entire case study. So that's what we did. We found, the problem was they weren't closing more sales, and then we dug into that. This person who was the subject of the case study was afraid to get help with that because she's like, oh, I'm a good marketer. Our whole team is super smart marketers, and they are. They're a successful marketing company, and they were embarrassed. Like, they knew their messaging was off, but they're like, oh, we should be able to figure this out because we're all marketers, but they weren't able to. It's easy to do for someone else, but hard to do for yourself sometimes. So that was kind of like the double pain point of, okay, we're not closing sales, and we know our messaging is off, and we don't know how to fix it. And then from there, it was like, okay, if you want to see what happened, the full story, check out the case study. And that's going to get people a lot more than like, look, here's a case study, click on it, watch our success story, we've helped people, here's proof. Like, that's boring as shit, and it's not going to connect with anybody. So there you go. If you want more people to read your case studies, just find the part that connects most with the pain, find the part that's the most interesting part of the story, bring that front and center, give them a reason to click on the video or read the full thing, as opposed to just throwing it out there and be one of 1,000 people saying, oh, look at my 0 to hero success story. Like, yeah. Give a little bit more juice and detail, and you'll get more people engaged. All right, if you want more on how to up-level launches, or more specifically case studies, I'm doing more of that now because they're fun. Check out my site, thepdcopywriter.com, and I'll see you later. Peace.